Marcus Arroyo has his work cut out for him if he wants to build UNLV into a Mountain West power. Last year, they went 0-6 in an all-Mountain West schedule, and now the only way to go is up. Arroyo has the advantage of playing at the new Raiders Stadium and being located in Las Vegas. But how will they do this season? Let's talk about that. As we enter the month of July, we are now in prime preview magazine season as the college football season quickly approaches. Over the next 2 months, I will be previewing every college football team, all 130, and in this episode, I will be looking at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, aka UNLV. As I mentioned earlier, UNLV went 0-6 last year during a shortened college football season. Head coach Marcus Arroyo will be entering his second season in Las Vegas after spending the 3 previous seasons as the offensive coordinator at Oregon. Last year was not a very good year to be a first-year head coach, and Arroyo's case was no different, as not only was their spring practice canceled, they also had their season canceled before it was reinstated. UNLV's offensive coordinator is Glenn Thomas, who was the co-offensive coordinator and quarterback coach at Baylor from 2017 to 2019. On the defensive side, they will be coached by defensive coordinator Pete Hansen, who spent 6 seasons at Stanford serving as the linebacker coach. The Rebels returned 62% of their overall production from last season, which ranks 89th. On offense, they returned 46% of their production from last season, which is the 121st most, while on defense they returned 79% of their production, which ranks 36th. Thomas will be returning 6 starters from last season. They will be starting their 13th different quarterback in 18 years, as Max Gilliam decided not to return after starting all 6 games last year. Justin Rogers was a highly touted transfer from TCU. He completed 14 of his 22 passes for 161 yards and a touchdown in 2 games last year. Doug Brumfield will also be competing for the starting job this season, finishing the season completing 9 of his 21 passes for 151 yards last year. They also have 6'4" freshman Cameron Friel and a wildcard player I want to talk about. As of the time of recording, Tate Martell is still in the transfer portal and played high school at Bishop Gorman in Nevada. According to 24/7 Sports, they project him 100% to commit to UNLV. He is still yet to commit, but if he does, he could be the favorite to win the job. As of now, Athlon projects Rogers to win the job, while Phil Steele projects Brumfield. At running back, UNLV returns 2019 first-team Mountain West running back Charles Williams. Williams averaged 82.5 yards per game last season and is 793 yards away from all-time UNLV rushing leader Tim Cornette. The Rebels also went into the transfer portal and added Oregon transfer Javion Wilson. There is depth behind Williams and Wilson, but they are expected to be the 2 main bell cows. At wide receiver, the Rebels returned Mountain West Freshman of the Year Kyle Williams, who averaged 5.8 receptions per game. UNLV also returns their top 6 pass catchers from last year and adds Indiana transfer Jordan Jakes. Freshman tight end Kaleo Belonge could be an impact in the pass game. The offensive line for the Rebels struggled last year as they ran 6 different lineups in 6 games. They returned 3 starters who combined for 31 career starts: left tackle Clayton Bradley, center Leif Fontanu, and right guard Julio Garcia II. They also add Charleston Southern transfer Davion McDaniels, but the depth on the rest of the line is inexperienced. With the ability to actually practice this spring, the offensive line should improve this year though. On the defensive side of the ball, UNLV returns 10 starters from last season. They allowed 38 points per game and 7.16 yards per play, so they will be looking to improve that. Their defensive line recorded 14 sacks in 6 games, but struggled to stop the run. They returned their top 6 tacklers and had USC transfer Connor Murphy at the defensive end. They moved to a 3-4 defense and had young players earn experience in 2020 and should be even better this season. Jacoby Winman was honorable mention Mountain West last year and recorded 5 sacks, which was the most by a Rebel since 2014, and he will be moving from defensive end to hybrid jack. Adam Plant Jr. also moved to will linebacker from the defensive line. Brendan Scott should have a bigger role, and the linebacker room will also return Farrell Hester II, Malachi Salou, and Vic Viramontes. At defensive back, UNLV loses Sir Oliver Everett and Greg Francis to the transfer portal, but returns team tackle leader strong safety Bryce Jackson. Trey Kane also returns, who finished 3rd on the team in tackles. The special teams is also expected to improve this year as well. Like I mentioned before, the only way for UNLV to go is up as they attempt to record their first win in the Arroyo era. They play the 59th toughest schedule according to Phil Steele and will play against 5 bowl caliber teams in their conference play. Athlon projects them to go 2-10 and 1-7 in the conference, while ESPN projects them to win 2.5 games. I project them to go 2-10 and 1-7 in conference, as well as winning their season opener against Eastern Washington and beating Utah State off their bye later in the season. But what do you think? How will UNLV play this year, and will Tate Martell return to his home state of Nevada, specifically at UNLV? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos in the preview series. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.